Hey, welcome to the Crack House Chronicles 100th episode.
Woo!
And I am Donnie, and joining me is a man who just filled out his taxes after drinking 6 beers, and he's getting back $6 million.
You're damn right.
It's Dale.
We gonna party.
That's right.
Celebrate our 100.
100 at the Crack House Chronicles.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. So we really don't have a case for you this week. We are just...
We're gonna freestyle.
Yeah. We're just sitting here in the Crack House, and we're just going to talk.
Yep. A lot of people told you that we can talk as much as we want. It's our podcast, and we can do it, and you enjoy it. So get ready. You're going to get it tonight.
It's going to be just a long intro tonight.
Yeah. So whoever you are, if you want to bitch about our 2 minutes, you can just go ahead and cut it off now and go to bed.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to just talk like we've been talking at the beginning of every episode, but we're going to make it real long for you.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Oh, I don't know. What's going on with you?
I'm just can't believe we got 100 episodes.
I know, man. Thanks to all our fans out there, man. It's crazy, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
It just keeps going up better and better, and the little charts keep going up and up and up, and we can't think it ain't us. It's all you guys out there sharing and then getting all your friends and just sticking around. It seems like anybody who hears us kind of enjoys it and sticks around a while, so it's really cool.
Yeah,
word of mouth, man.
Oh, it's crazy. You know, and first started doing this, all the fans, they would message and stuff, and I would remember a lot of them, but, and some of them stick out, they comment a lot, but we got so many. It is unreal. It blows my mind.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we get a couple from Scotland or England or something, or someone overseas, and like, how in the hell?
Yeah. It blows my mind. Be downloaded in all 50 states and 44 countries.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Around the world, man.
Yeah. Just a little podcast like us. Just two guys sitting in
the crack house.
Yeah. With 2 microphones and a computer and a soundboard.
And a couple beers.
Yep.
For me, anyway.
Yeah. I mean, but we're going to talk a little bit about what we do and a little bit about us because everybody wants to hear about us.
And where we started and where we're going.
Well, we started.
Go ahead and tell how it all started off, Donnie.
Well,
it started with your brainchild.
Yeah, I always loved true crime. I always liked mysteries and just anything weird and so like that. And I always I listened to podcasts and wanted to do a podcast.
Right.
I figured, well, I've listened to some. If they can do it, I can do it too.
Right.
And I approached another guy about doing it, and he was, done the first few episodes with me, Chris, and he was on board there for a while, but we just didn't click together as far as where the show.
I don't think you guys had the same vision.
No, we didn't.
You were more what we do oriented, and he just kind of wanted to do just random stuff. It seemed like. Meanwhile, while you guys were recording, I was always listening to podcasts and at work and stuff, and then I seen you guys starting to do one, and I would listen to them, and I was like, man, why didn't you ask me to do that shit? And then I saw you post the one about the chicken coop murders, and I had just listened to that on serial killers. So I texted you, and I'm like, oh, looks like somebody's been listening to serial killers, but that turned out to be a pretty good episode for you guys. And then it wasn't long after that, y'all just kind of wasn't many popping up anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, we just didn't have the same vision as far as the way it needed to be going. And he stepped aside, and Bill was doing it, and he stepped aside. We just had a little bit of, creative differences going on.
Right.
But
that happens.
I do want to thank Bill. He come on board, and the intro music that you hear was from a band that he was in, the Fat Sparrows. That's one of their songs, and he played guitar on that, so and by his good graces he let us keep that, and
it's killer. I love it.
Yeah,
shout out Bill, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, use that music, so that's awesome.
Right. So then one fateful morning, I think you texted me and said, call me when you can.
Yeah.
And I was going to work. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning or something.
Yeah. Because I love the banter, talking about true crime and talking about different things. And, I've known Dale for years and years and years. And I said, well, I think he'd make a good fit.
Yeah. And yeah, we go way back, probably longer than we want to say. But
I mean, me and Dale go further back than my recliner.
Way. That sucker would be a back flip.
Yeah. So, we get each other and we jive pretty good together. So I think it's a pretty good fit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
even though I worry about it sometimes, but we get a comment like we got today on Facebook from you guys, man, and that just made my day.
Man.
So yeah, it was great.
And people that leave the comments and stuff, that
you guys are awesome.
We love our fans, and those that go to the store page and buy stuff and buy our T-shirts, and thank y'all. We really appreciate it. It helps keep the Crack House going and keep the lights on, and everybody that goes to the website and clicks that donate button, it really does help.
Yeah, because we're pretty much self-financed. We have one sponsor, but we don't get anything unless it's a click-driven thing. So they're not giving us any money really. Yeah. So after a couple months of not getting anything for anything, I just told Donnie, I said, well, I don't really like to listen to a bunch of ads anyway, so if we're not doing anything, let's just drop it.
Yeah.
And so I think we're a couple shows with that, and I was like, man. So, because I don't know, when I'm listening to a podcast, I don't hear a bunch of damn ads. But I mean, not that we don't want some sponsors, but we would always do it at the first or whatever and get them out of the way, and then nothing in the show because I can't stand that.
Yeah. So we do it. We do it for the fans. We do it.
Yes, definitely.
And we enjoy getting together and doing this once a week.
It's fun.
Giving you guys something to listen to. But yeah, getting back to talking about the show and
sorry, got sidetracked.
That's all right. I mean, it's our long intro.
That's right.
But yeah, we just had a little bit of creative difference. But I wanted to keep the show going in the direction it was going, and talking about crime and mysteries and anything mysterious and
disappearances and the stuff we do.
Yeah, and so that's Dale come on board, and
I was scared to death.
He was a nervous wreck. Is it good? Is it good?
I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm a fit for it, but I damn sure want to try, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So that's when we decided to do Rhonda Henson. That was my first episode, which would be 15.
Yeah.
And I walked in with a notebook full of notes, and you about fell on the floor.
Yeah.
He's like, wow, you're prepared. I'm like, well, if I'm going to do it, we're going to do it right.
Yeah.
And apparently everything's been doing it right because we're doing well.
Yeah, I think somebody had commented that we sound a lot better now than we did, back in the beginning, in the first few episodes. Because, those first few episodes with Chris and Bill, we had we were sitting at actually my dining room table with a microphone that's sitting in the middle of the table.
Everybody yelling at it.
Yeah, everybody just screaming at it. And I know the recordings are low and you can barely hear them.
Yeah, I went back this morning actually and was listening to some old stuff, and I was like, man, I can't even hear this hardly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've upgraded a little bit, and man, it's really good now.
Yeah, and we're going to do some more stuff and upgrade a little bit more, but it's a
process.
100 miles better than what it was to begin with. I mean, the sound is great. The editing, I do the editing and stuff, and
yes.
I really
praise that.
I take time and make sure it's a quality item that you guys get.
Yeah, inside track. Dale comes over and talks and goes home, and Donnie does all the work.
Nah, but I do want to thank Dale for all the graphics he does for our YouTube channel. He puts a lot of work into that, and he does come prepared with notes and shows up with with the information, and he studies.
Yeah,
he just don't show up and just want to talk about something. He puts a really good effort into it.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, bud. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some of the cases we went over.
Yeah, let's do.
Yeah, we first started out. Some of the beginning ones.
Hey, before we get in too deep, I've had several people message me and they want to know where the name came from.
Oh, the Crack House Chronicles.
Yes.
Well, that was with when I was started with Chris. We were throwing things back and forth, and at the time he was living in a shack that was pretty run down, and we actually called it the Crack House.
Just to be funny.
Yeah, just to be funny because
right.
it looked like a crack house, really. And the house that's on our logos and the shirts and stuff we have in our
is his actual house.
That was the house he was living in. Yeah.
Right.
So, and I thought it was pretty cool. So we just kept it. And
so it come up as like, oh, well, that's funny. Let's just do the Crack House Chronicles, and it stuck.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a name. Cause, I mean, when I wear a shirt almost every day, and everybody's like, it gets a look. Whether they know what it is or not, they definitely like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even I went to Cherokee and got my picture with the Native Americans up there on the side of the road. They was loving my shirt. Dude, I love your shirt. That was really cool. They're all decked out in the feathers and all stuff.
And yeah, you are in the Crack House Chronicles shirt.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'll post that picture if I can find it.
But yeah, we just kept the name and kept going with it. And I think that's a pretty good thing to do.
All right, cool. I'm glad you explained that because we've had several people want to know if it was, did you name it because y'all do all drug and related crimes? I'm like, not even close.
No, it was just a shack that Chris was living in at the time, and yes, that's what we called it.
Cool.
So yeah,
good enough.
Yep.
All right, now we can roll.
But
on.
yeah, just throw this out there. I mean,
Okay, one more question.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Where are the lost episodes? What is up with those few that are missing in the beginning?
Those, like, you got a few, like...
Some people have asked me, like, is there something wrong with my computer? Why can't I find certain numbers?
Those episodes were intentionally taken out. If you don't see them, they're not there. They were some of Chris's ideas that we had done some episodes, and...
It was just a random subjects, basically.
It was just random stuff that we talked about, and it just wasn't a fit for the show.
Right.
So I just took them out.
Okay. Fair enough.
But some of the old episodes, like the original Aisha Degree, we're going to try to redo that one. And
we're definitely going to redo Brenda Sue Brown because we've run across some information. We've got somebody going to hook us up with some more information on her. And I don't know a lot about that case, so I want to get into that information and like to dig in deep into that.
Because that is local to us. That's
that's a really right. You look kind of like an Aisha case, but years before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll definitely redo that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. But yeah, some of them early episodes, they just didn't fit the genre we had, so I just took them out. So, but
no big deal. I just somebody's asking, we were answering questions.
Yeah,
because I posted, a while back on our new fan page, and if you're not part of that, I would like for you to all go over right now on Facebook and join the fans of Crack House Chronicles and get on there because a lot of banter going on, and you can come on there and post whatever you want. Post, it doesn't have to be directly related to the show or the episodes. It's just fans getting together and having a good time. So jump over there and join that.
Mm-hmm.
But I posted something the other day that we were going to do this show, and is there any questions? And I got several messages and stuff. So I tried to jot them down and try to answer as many as we could.
Okay, cool. But yeah, Dale came on board on episode 15. That was the unsolved murder of Rhonda Henson.
Mm-hmm.
And there has actually been some updates on that case, man.
Yeah. It's been 40 years?
40 years, and the sheriff's office up there in what county is that? Is that Burke County? Yeah, Burke County, North Carolina. They've reopened this case. I don't think it's ever closed, but they've found some more information. They're digging into it.
Man, I wish I could solve that.
Yeah, especially for her mom and her family, because they don't have any answers, man.
It still boggles my mind. I went back and listened to that one today just to see how far I've came, as to doing this show, because I was scared to death that day,
Yeah.
And truthfully, it wasn't bad as I thought it was going to be when I went back and listened to it. But
you're braver than me, because I don't listen to old stuff. I don't. Once I edit it and listen to it, it's done. I don't listen to them anymore.
Well, I get that too sometimes because people will ask me about certain cases, and I'm like, I had to think about it because basically the way we do it, we'll pick what we want to do, and then we'll just stuff our brains for a week, just trying to find every little bit of information we can find, listen to other podcasts, read what we can do, and then we record. Well, the next day it's something new.
Yeah.
So then you got to kind of clear that out and start all over. So a lot of stuff we can't really remember. While you guys remember everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It takes a lot to put on a podcast. It's a lot of work, a lot of studying. That's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But anyway, that case still boggles my mind, even listening to it, this much later. All the details and stuff about the car and the trajectory of the bullet and how she's laying on the ground. It was just crazy. Laying outside the car with her arms straight out. Yeah. Like she'd been placed there, and even though, and even I forgot about the detail where they found the DNA in like her armpits of her sweater. I wonder if they've found anything on that. I don't know, man. They need to start all over. Yeah. So it was a pretty good episode. That was 15. Yeah. And we done some more. We done actually that murder of Bruiser Brody. Yeah. That was a really good episode. Yeah, that was one of my ideas. Mm-hmm. Come up there. That was probably my first idea to do that. And I met his wife in Charlotte, and told her we were going to do it, and they checked it out. They thought it was a pretty good, episode. We studied hard on that one. Mm-hmm. I thought it come out well too. Yeah, but all of our episodes, we've done a lot of local cases too. Yeah. Ones that are around, some from North Carolina.
some from like Tennessee. We covered the disappearance of Dennis Martin. Little boy went missing in Tennessee.
Yep.
And we've been to West Virginia, and we've covered the missing Sodder children.
Man, I listened to that one the other day, and that breaks my heart. That is one great episode. It's one of my favorites. I think it just blows my mind how hard he tried to save that house and those kids, and everything just kept going wrong for him. And it had to be some kind of setup or something.
I know, man.
That's crazy. I mean, the man go out there and try to get the water for this house, and the water's froze over and removed both of his trucks that had ran the previous day, and neither one would start up, and his ladders were missing, and anything he was doing trying to get back in the house and save his kids, and it's just amazing, really.
Yeah.
And how it took the fire department 6 hours to go 2 miles to.
Yeah, but you talked about that, and it was Christmas, so I kind of get that in a way, but still.
Well, when the chief can't drive the truck, so
yeah, that is a problem.
Wait for somebody to come over.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Like I said, I kind of laughed because I made the comment. I said, well, I guess the chief had the only barn that the truck would fit in, so he get to be chief.
Yeah. What about that case we did, Russell and Shirley Dermond down in Georgia? I can't get past the sheriff down there, man.
Yeah.
His Tommy Lee Jones style of justice, man. He just
that case that was one of I keep saying it. I guess I'll say it all night. That was one of my favorite ones too. But that one was pretty. I was gonna say gross, but it's pretty. That one was kind of graphic, really, wasn't it? It was like that sheriff. I wish he could have solved it too, because he damn sure had. He was the one to put a foot in somebody's ass over that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys hadn't checked that one out. You definitely need to.
Yeah.
That was 22, I think, or is that right?
Yeah, it was 22. Yeah, Russell and Shirley Dermond.
Yeah, where he was decapitated and she was missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And we done another local case here right up the road from us, murder of Zara Baker.
Yeah. That was in Hickory, right?
Yeah, just right up the road. Nancy Grace came to Hickory, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. That's 40 minutes up the road, maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You can tell we're from the South. We measure anywhere in minutes, not miles.
Yeah, how long it takes to get there. That's right. But yeah, it was a pretty tragic case. And what gets me, her stepmom could get out of prison one day. That just blows my mind. Well, she's I'll use that word, mom. She's not a stepmom. She's nothing.
Yeah, that poor girl, they brought her over here from Australia, and she didn't ever catch hell from her life was pretty sad.
Yep. And we did the murder in Boone, North Carolina, and that was the murder of the Durham family, 50-year-old case.
And it was just solved the other week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
That was a killer show.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It was the Dixie Mafia.
So they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Said it was a hit, I guess.
Yeah.
So I wonder who paid for the hit.
I don't know.
That part that never came out, is it?
No, But so it was.
How did the case break? Do you remember?
Well, what it was there was a guy named Billy Wayne Davis. He's actually 81 years old today. Him and 3 others. They were responsible. It was the murder of Bryce Durham, his wife Virginia, and their son Bobby. It was in 1972.
Yeah, it was pretty bad too. It was violent.
Yeah, they had their hands were tied behind their back and their head stuffed down in a tub of water.
Yeah,
bathtub of water. But what's crazy is one of the sons of one of the men who did this was the one that solved the crime.
So what his dad told him?
Yeah,
maybe.
He told him about a hit they did in Asheville, North Carolina. I mean, not Asheville, Boone, North Carolina, during a
snowstorm.
Yeah. It said it was Davis and it was 3 other men. It was Billy Sunday Burt, Bobby Jean Gaddis, and Charles David Reed.
Man,
and they were the ones responsible for the murder.
I need to go back and listen to that, see what our theories were.
Yeah,
because we knew it was more than one person. Because there's no way.
Well, they tried to blame it on Troy Hall, the son-in-law.
Yeah.
Because he'd left his wife Jenny there in the car while he went up there and checked on them.
Right.
Because they couldn't get an answer at the phone. And
maybe he paid for it.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. He's a lawyer, right?
Yeah. He lives in Georgia now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that 50-year-old case was solved just last week or so.
Right.
Yeah. And we did another one from Asheville, North Carolina, disappearance of Zeb Quinn.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That one was crazy too.
Yeah, there's a guy in jail right now that's waiting trial for his murder. They've never found Zeb's body or anything, but there is a trial waiting for that. So
We'll see what happens.
yeah, and maybe something will come out of that.
Yeah, and we did Randall Woodfield.
Oh yeah, the I-5 killer.
Yeah, I think that was my first serial killer.
Yeah. And we had a lot of comments on that. A lot of people.
I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off, but
cool.
We've got messages from people who actually interacted with him and could have been a victim. And that was some. We got a lot of scary messages, stuff, and that was like what it was. Let me see, episode 18. So that would have been my third one. And when we first started, we was doing this stuff, and you talking a lot going about. You don't really think. I mean, it's really stuff that happened, but you don't really think a lot about it. You're just storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you get a message from somebody going, I was with that guy in a bar one time, and I went here, and he tried to come in, and then went home, and he tried to break in my window and all this stuff. It's like, it's pretty damn shocking.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of those messages, and you go, whoa.
It gets real right then.
Yeah, because then you go, holy shit. I mean, because it's really crazy. A lot of stuff we say, it touches a lot of people, know?
Yeah. And they listen to us, and we have been corrected on stuff.
Yes,
we get information wrong, and we
appreciate that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
we definitely want to get it right.
We try to be thorough, and we try to get the details, but nobody's perfect. So if you hear of something that we misreport, keep it to yourself. No, I'm just kidding. No, tell us. Please tell us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, and we've done a few other serial killers. Vaughn Greenwood, he was a Skid Row slasher.
Yeah. Robert Hansen.
Oh yeah.
Man, that was wild.
The Butcher Baker, yeah, yeah.
It's crazy. It's a pretty good movie about that. It's decent.
Yeah, I guess another serial killer we covered was that really bothered me was Israel Keys.
Yeah, that was one that you talked about a lot before we did it.
He had no MO at all.
No, he didn't care.
Buried kill kits across the United States. And just go to a town and show up where he'd had a kit and
dig it up and wait.
Yeah, and find somebody he wanted to murder.
Yeah.
And kill him and then leave town.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no telling how many kill buckets he had buried around the United States.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And one after we done with Israel Keys, we covered the murder of Faith Hedgepeth.
Mm-hmm.
And we are pleased to say that this one was solved, Dale.
Yep. And it's just, a couple hours down the road as well.
Yeah, it was a man charged. He was first-degree murder of the 2012 death of Faith Hedgepeth. His name was, what was his name? I can't even pronounce it. Miguel Enrique Salguero Oliveras.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he was 28 of Durham, and he was taken into police custody. It was 9 years after Faith Hedgepeth was murdered.
Yeah, I'm glad they got him. That was sad.
Yeah.
She didn't deserve it. She was such a smart girl.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful young girl. And I did reach out to her sister, and she was willing to do an interview with the podcast with us, but somehow it just didn't pan out.
Never line up.
Never did line up. But so maybe one day we can get after all this is said and done. And I get that. People are busy and stuff. So
yeah, speaking of people hitting us up and giving us some correct details, a moderator from our fan page, Rich, he hit us up about the Jacob Wetterling. He had some insights on that because he lives up there, and that was pretty cool. That's the way his up sorry was, but I'll let you know. Like, nah, dude, you need to let us know right off the bat, and we appreciate Rich. He's done a lot for us, and so he is one of the moderators on our fan page. But man, shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we covered Lindsay Buziak. She was a real estate agent.
Man,
that was murdered.
Yeah, that case still bothers me.
Yeah,
what the hell happened to her?
I don't know. It had to be somebody with her boyfriend and family and stuff.
How did they get away that quick?
Yeah,
that was pretty mind blowing.
Yeah. If you hadn't listened to an episode, you need to check out the murder of or who murdered Lindsay Buziak.
Yeah.
Yeah, her daddy is still active trying to find out.
Dude, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much going door to door.
Yeah, he don't care. He doesn't tell the cops he don't care. We're going to find out who done it. It's my little girl.
Yeah. And there's another North Carolina case we covered, the Belo murders.
Dude.
The grocery store.
That was awful.
Yeah. That was out in the eastern part of North Carolina, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very scary situation for them.
Yeah, and the Sundrop murders was pretty local.
Yeah. That was down there in Concord, North Carolina.
As was the Taco Bell guy.
Yeah. That was Henry Louis Wallace. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that was one I didn't even know about, and that was in Charlotte, and heck, that's just down the road.
Hey, there's another one, serial killer, Velma Barfield.
Yeah.
North Carolina. And one thing good come out of it doing that, we become good friends with Jonathan Byrd. That's her step-grandson.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
musician, singer-songwriter.
From North Carolina.
Yeah.
He has a club down there in, was it Carborough? I think it's now down in Carborough, North Carolina. Yeah. So
Jonathan Byrd, check him out. He's on here.
Yeah. But he wrote a song, Velma.
Yeah.
About her.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he let us use it in the episode. So.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah. And we, let's see, who else? Right down the road, South Carolina, we covered Pee Wee Gaskins.
Mm-hmm. And the Gaffney Strangler.
Yeah.
So, man, we did a lot. Now we're looking back, there's a whole lot of local cases. It's kind of scary, actually.
Yeah, it is. And there's some more local cases that we'd like to cover.
Yeah, definitely.
And I want to give a shout out to Ben Richardson.
Yeah, shout out Ben.
Yeah, he is become a good friend of us. He
goes way back to the beginning. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. He let me tell you a little bit of story about Ben. He was in one of our episodes with talking about Rudolph Tyner and Pee Wee Gaskins, and we interviewed Ben, but he was from that area and he knew Pee Wee and all that.
Yeah, firsthand, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and he had emailed me. I didn't know him at the time, and I think the email pretty much said, "Call me, give me his number." Like, I ain't calling this nut. But ended up somehow or another we ended up in a phone conversation, and I'm telling you, man, he's a super great guy, super nice guy.
What a character, man.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he's living in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, from South Carolina, but currently living in Puerto Rico.
He down there. He has a home in Puerto Rico. He's been down there since COVID hit. So I don't think he was able to leave for a while.
Right. Probably didn't want to come off the top of his mountain.
Yeah. But he sent us some cigars and some coffee he had grown.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's got like a coffee bean farm, whatever you call that, and then tobacco, and makes his own cigars and coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
Oh, yeah. So shout out, Ben. We appreciate you. We love you, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks so
Absolutely.
much.
Yep.
He invited us to come hang out with him.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Oh, was another North Carolina case we covered, Debbie Wolf.
Yes. The trash barrel.
Yeah.
There was none.
Yeah, they found it in the bottom of the lake.
A barrel that didn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
It was. That still blows my mind, too. I was thinking about that today when I was looking through some of the graphics, and the one with the barrel popped up. Like, man, that was a wild story.
Mm-hmm.
That was number 45.
Yeah.
Yeah. About halfway.
Yeah. And so we covered Sean Great. He was a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
And also we covered Sherry Papini. That night we did that episode, a good friend of ours, Tim Willis, came over and hung out with us that night.
Hey, taxi.
Hey, taxi. Pad 4, please.
Yeah.
So I know you'll hear that, Tim, so you know what that means.
Yeah. Shout out, Tim.
Yeah.
You're the man.
Yeah, Stoke 85.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Inside jokes.
Yeah, they are.
Man.
And let's see, who else did we cover?
We did a 3-parter on Richard Ramirez.
Man.
And, just to break it down since you go a little behind the scenes thing, we did, a couple 2-parters, couple 3-parters. And then it kind of got to seeming like, when we look at our numbers, not that that's a big deal to us, but it's kind of like somebody would listen to the first one and then maybe the second one and not much of the third one. So it's like, that's why we don't do a lot of
2-parters or 3-parters.
Big long ones, yeah, because we felt like you guys kind of lost. Well, I don't want to say that. Because I did just, shit, what do we say? Should I even brought that shit up? We just felt like you guys missed part of the story or something.
Yeah.
Maybe if you just didn't have time to go back to it or something. But then again, I got corrected the other day when we got a message on that post I posted that there's a lot of people that like the 2 and 3-parters.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll come back with some here and there. But
we try to stick with the 1-parters and try to give you the best information we can. And
we try to
45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 to an hour is our goal. If they run a little long, that's cool. But like I told Donnie, a lot of times, we listen to podcasts like we say all the time, and then a lot of times I don't like the ones that are two-parters myself because I don't want to wait till next week to hear the rest of it. But that's just me.
Yeah. But yeah, I do listen to some serial podcasts that that do multiple episodes, especially if it's in depth and it's good research. I will listen to them.
Yeah. Well, I don't say I won't listen to them, but
Mm-hmm.
I might wait till the next week and listen to both of them at the same time.
Yeah. But we try to stick with the one-parters and just leave it at that.
Now, the reason we do two-parters and stuff is like if we're really into a case and we're doing it and we look down, we've been talking for an hour, we go, look, let's just stop here and then we'll start back.
Yeah.
Because basically we just don't want to make you guys sit there for 2 hours to finish up a story.
I know. Yeah, that's kind of rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think 45 to an hour is a good time limit.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Listen.
Yeah. And hey, we covered disappearance of Brandon Lawson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's just some stuff came out on that.
That's in the news.
Yeah, in the news now, and it was almost 10 years since he disappeared. The remains of 26-year-old Brandon Lawson, they may have been found, Dale.
Yep. I hope so.
Because he went missing on August 8, 2013.
I mean, I hate they didn't find him alive, but at least they'll get some closure,
Yeah.
if that was him.
Yeah.
And it's pretty close to where they were looking. I don't know how they missed him.
I think what happened was at the time the
landowners.
Yeah. Wouldn't let them search the land or anything like that. I don't know the whole details on it, but this just come out, so maybe we get some more information pretty soon.
Right.
But they have found some remains, and they are believed to be Brandon Lawson. So that's just been within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll find some more information on that pretty soon.
I hope so.
Yeah. Hey, and we covered in another local case right down the road, Todd Colehep.
Yes.
Yeah, we covered him, the realtor killer.
That was pretty wild.
Yeah.
When we got into that, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, that's just right across the state line down in Chesney, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we interviewed Melissa Ponder Brockman.
Yep.
She was the...
Several different ways. Yeah. And after that, he actually he shot the gun where he tried to, didn't he?
That was
my phone. My bad, brother.
That's all right. But yeah, we covered
Scared the hell out of me.
Scared to me too. But yeah, we talked to Melissa Ponder Brockman. We interviewed her. She is the widow of Scott Ponder, who owned the
Superbikes.
Yeah, down in Chesney.
Yeah.
They went in and killed all 4 people working there.
Yeah, and don't know if you remember, Todd was the one who had the girl locked up in the storage container.
Kayla Bailey.
Yeah, when they found him, and then once they got him there, that's when they realized he was the one who killed everybody at the Superbikes.
Because he had told her what he'd done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So luckily he didn't kill her. He still might be out there.
That's true.
Yeah. But shout out to Melissa for that, coming on board. She's a blessing.
Yeah. Super, super nice lady. And we keeping her in our thoughts and prayers too, because she had remarried and just recently had lost her husband
in a freak accident.
Yeah, so we keeping her in our thoughts and prayers because she's going through a lot.
Yeah, we love you, lady.
Yep. We covered
how about Bruce Pardo?
Oh yeah, Santa Slayer.
Yeah. Let me make a flamethrower and go to a Christmas party.
Yeah,
that was wild.
Yeah. And Jennifer Kessie, disappearance of Jennifer Kessie down in Florida. That's a pretty big case. Her family is pretty involved in that and trying to find out what happened to her. The video surveillance is probably whoever's in that video is
behind that gate.
Yeah,
yeah,
luckiest person alive.
Yeah, it's crazy
because it's like still images, and when the camera snaps a photograph, their face is hidden behind a pole in the fence.
Yep, it's like blink, blink, blink.
Yeah,
perfect timing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. And we covered Scott Wilson Williams. He's a North Carolina serial killer. That was a tough episode for me because there wasn't a lot of information on him.
Right.
And we had to dig deep and hard to get what we got on him. I don't feel like we did that episode justice.
No,
but
wasn't a lot to it.
Mm-mm. But we did cover it because he is a North Carolina serial killer. But
he worked for the state, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. And another one that I really liked doing was Patrice Indress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was murdered in her beauty shop.
That was crazy.
Yeah. It was on the reboot of Unsolved Mysteries.
Mm-hmm. That's what, 13 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her son, Pistol Black,
yeah,
still don't have her remains, her ashes.
His stepdad.
I guess it's the stepdad.
Keeping him in the closet.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Says he sleeps with the ashes and stuff. Yeah. He's
just being a dick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Edit that out if you want.
No, I mean that's he is. He's a total dirtbag. No doubt about it.
Definitely.
Oh, and Gary Michael Hilton.
Yeah, I was just fixing to say
that was a good episode, man. It was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we covered.
He was a serial killer, the National Forest serial killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brenda Spencer. I don't like Mondays.
Oh man, first school shooter.
Yeah.
Or
female.
Yeah. Crazy, little young girl.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Still in prison. She's been up for parole a few times, but
I don't believe she's getting her ticket.
No, I don't think she's gonna get out. No. Oh, and another one we done was that Tristan Buddy Myers.
Yep.
Is missing from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Little boy.
Yep. That one's strange.
Yeah. It's almost like somebody just picked him up and run off with him.
Maybe did.
Yeah.
What about Richard Chase?
Yeah, Richard Allen Chase. Yeah, he's just.
He was sick. He was sick, and he knew it.
Yeah.
That was the sad part about that one.
Yeah.
You know, he went several times trying to get help, and they just kicked him out because they thought he was. I guess they kicked him out because they thought he was crazy instead of talking to him because he knew he was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
He was the Vampire of Sacramento, so if you hadn't, it's a pretty gory episode.
Yeah, we're just going through some of our episodes, some memories that we've had over the last 100 episodes.
Yeah, we're probably boring the shit out of y'all, but this is cool for us.
This is good to do this tonight on the 100th episode, anniversary episode. So
yeah,
we're just talking about some of these. And
what about James Rupert?
Oh yeah,
he just come downstairs and killed everybody.
Yeah,
crazy.
Well, we want to talk about the Justin Huey family too.
Yes.
Interview with Justin's family we did.
Man, that breaks my heart. I was hoping that we could help them maybe break that case or at least get the word out, and which we did. They had didn't the Vanishing Do pick them up after we did them or whatever. But yeah, and that was all set up by Kim Poole, who actually texted me and asked me if we did cases like that, and I was like, sure, but I had no idea really what we were getting into, but I said, yeah, and she gave me more information, and I came to you with it, and then we decided that we would just do a whole phone interview, and man, it was really good.
Yeah, that family's just heartbroken. They don't know what happened to our son.
No, and it's just seems like nobody will help them. That's the bad part, It's just like nobody. They beg for the help and to talk to the police or to this, and it just seems like that nobody cares enough to even try to look, even, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I was really hoping that some information would come out about that, and I even went on Twitter, which I don't ever use. I wish we did. I guess I need to use that a little more and try to get a hold of some of those shows like it's on the ID channel that try to solve that thing and see if I could get them to pick up interest. And never got any replies or nothing, but I tried. I hope they're doing well, but I wish we could get them some answers.
Yeah. And we don't know what happened to Selena Mays.
Nope.
12-year-old girl who was pregnant, disappeared. She was just weeks before giving birth.
Yeah, might have been an inside job here.
Yeah.
What about the high fives? That was pretty damn wild.
High five murders.
Yeah.
Had them people in the basement drink Drano.
Drano. Vicious.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was what, 71?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was 71.
Okay.
Episode 71.
And there's one I was thinking about right there, that Colonial Parkway. That's another fairly local.
Yeah, that's right, Virginia.
Yeah. Fairly local.
Yeah. All them people.
Pretty interesting case.
Yeah, somebody out on the Parkway.
You hiked there before, right?
I've been up there, yeah.
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 Donnie is a hiker.
Yeah, I've been up there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I've been up there before I knew about the Colonial Parkway.
Right.
So I'd like to go back.
Yeah.
And know what I know now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Don Spirit.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Family killed his family.
And himself. And then called the cops and waited for them to get there and shot himself.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. And we did Kyron Horman.
Yep.
A little boy disappeared.
Little boy.
Still don't know what happened to him.
That was a two-parter.
Yeah, it was a two-parter. There was a lot of information with Kyron Horman, though.
Yeah.
and it needed to be done in 2 parts.
Yeah, so we might do some more of them.
Yeah.
We won't rule it out.
And another one that really bothered me was the murder of Skylar Neese.
Yeah.
A little girl murdered by her friends.
Yeah, that was awful.
Yeah.
Pitiful.
Took her out and murdered her. Yeah.
For nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of, I don't know, I guess they're all bad if you look at them that way, but that one's little young people doing stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Basically.
And we did the death of Kendrick Johnson.
And that one bugs me too, man.
Yeah. I meant to look that up, but there's some, tell you about that, but there was some stuff recently in the news on it. I think I told you that there wasn't enough information to bring anybody to trial on that. It was just like in the last few weeks. Or the judge dismissed the case or something.
Yeah.
So they're not going to pursue that anymore. But it is kind of weird, them being stuffed in that mat. Or
yeah, that's when I still think maybe he was just going after that shoe and got in too deep. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I did know.
Yeah. Hey, what about the Loomis Fargo heist?
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's our boy, David Scott Gant.
Yeah.
Shout out, brother.
Yep.
Yeah, just down the road here.
I'm going to tell you right now, I reached out to David Scott Gant. He was the vault superintendent there at Loomis Fargo in Charlotte.
Yep.
And got messed up and with the wrong crowd and robbed that vault.
He pulled him into fantasy land and he said, hell yeah, and helped him out.
Making $8 an hour.
Yeah.
Guarding millions and millions of dollars. And yeah, and I reached out to him, and man, he jumped on board and gave us an interview, and super, super nice guy.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Great guy. He still keeps in touch with he'll be on there and look at the page and like a few things here and there. So they're pretty cool.
Yeah, shout out to you, David. Man, we appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Give us a call when you get back to North Carolina sometime.
Yeah, we'll take you out.
We'll go get us a beer. Yeah. And another one that bothered me, Dale, was the Oklahoma Girl Scout murders.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them 3 little girls.
Horn rim glasses.
Yeah.
Old cat guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty sad there. That was especially, I'm sure that one bugs you, especially all the camping and scouts that you do.
Oh yeah, I'm out there in the woods and tents, and
if you see lights flickering and stuff in the woods and
you're moaning in the woods.
Yeah, I was trying to think, what was it? So what kind of moaning was it?
Low guttural sound.
Guttural, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
A guttural sound. Yeah. You better lock up the back of your tent.
Yeah, zip the back door on that tent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we had the Bishop family murders.
Yeah.
That was pretty wild.
Yeah, that was back in the 70s. It was William Bradford Bishop murdered his family and hit the road.
Took it with him.
Yeah. And put him in the back of the station wagon.
Yeah.
Brought him to North Carolina and
set him on fire.
Yeah.
Yep, and then we had Kathy on.
Kathy Gilchrist. That was so crazy, man.
Yeah, it was all that timing that just kind of lined up perfect for us, didn't it?
It was like we did that episode, and then it was the next week it came out.
The FBI
identified her as William Bradford Bishop's daughter.
Yeah, from the previous.
I think he had a college fling or something. Yeah.
But DNA had come out and said she was definitely his daughter.
Yeah, and I reached out to her, and she lives in North Carolina, believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
And reached out to her. Super, super nice lady.
Sweet. So
yes.
Sweet.
And she graciously gave us an interview and talked about what she knew, and she's learning more about her dad. And they don't know whatever happened to Bradford Bishop. No. He just disappeared.
Poof.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah. So
he was getting away anyway.
So maybe Kathy will get some information later on, and maybe she'll talk to us some more about what she's found out about her.
That'd be cool.
Her dad. That's crazy. That was a really weird thing, because it was like the next week, bam.
It was like, holy, look at this.
Yeah.
It's just wild how the timing fell right in there.
Yeah. And let's see, Carla Faye Tucker.
Crazy.
Yeah. Pickaxe murder.
The pickaxe murder. Yeah.
Said she changed her life around and become religious, and I hope she did. I hope she got her life straightened out.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of them that says that. Yeah. I guess when you're sitting in a box with bars all around you ain't got a whole lot to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If she did, she did. Bless her.
And the death of Ray Rivera.
That was pretty wild. Still hadn't figured that one out.
No, that was on the reboot of Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to check that one out if you hadn't watched that episode of Unsolved Mysteries. It's on Netflix, the reboot, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, how he went through that damn hole.
Yeah. And we did the disappearance of Alicia Navarro. Yeah, little girl went missing. I reached out to her mother, Jessica Nunez, and she was
going to do it.
Yeah, she was actually going to give us an interview, but man, she is just all the time looking for her daughter, and I kudos to her for nonstop,
right,
and raising other kids too. And man, she's just a superhero, trying to get information about her daughter missing.
Yeah, long story short, she just didn't have time.
No, she just didn't have time, but I get it. I really get it.
Yeah, at least she messages back, so that's cool.
Yeah, oh yeah, we've talked some, and hopefully she can find some answers one day and find out what happened to her daughter. Man, we've done. Yeah, we're getting up. Well, this is our 100th episode, but we've been talking about different episodes we've done, and we've done Nanny Doss, the Giggling Granny.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Vera.
Yeah, kind of like along the same lines, I guess.
Poison and go ahead.
Yeah, Susan Walsh, disappearance of Susan Walsh.
Yep, pretty wild.
Yeah, don't know what happened to her.
Well, if we knew everything happened to everybody, wouldn't have nothing to do with it.
That's exactly right. But yeah, we don't want things to happen to people. But
No, then we did. You did Tent Girl.
Yeah,
with Todd Matthews.
Todd Matthews, great guy, super nice guy.
So that was a killer episode. That's when I was down and out.
Down and out with the COVID.
Yeah.
I reached out to Todd, and man, he jumped all over that, and was glad to give an interview. And
it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super nice guy. I say super a lot.
Super, man.
Yeah. But hopefully we can do some more stuff with Todd in the future.
Yeah.
He's got a lot going on.
He's supposed to be in the area sometime with making a movie or something.
Yeah. He's got some things going on with the podcast he's creating, so who knows?
Yeah. Cool dude.
Yep. And we covered the DeFeo family murders.
Yeah. Yeah, that came from, I was at home and y'all were doing this interview. I was watching lots of TV, and then Amityville Horror, the original one was on, and I watched it, and then a couple of days later, part 2 was on, and I watched it, and I was like, man, is there anything in this? And so I started looking into it, and then realized that the DeFeo murders was actually more like part 2 of the movie, sort of, kind of. They get a little wild there at the end, but and that was
loosely based on them.
Yeah, and the original Amityville movie was based on the people who moved in after all that happened, and supporting all the stuff that supposedly happened to them. But yeah, true story about the guy who killed his whole family there with the rifle, and it's pretty wild episode.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff I didn't know.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I enjoy learning stuff like that. But I mean, I was into the Amityville Horror back in the 70s when the book came out, and and I knew about it, but learning a little bit more about it is pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
We did just recently Chester Dwayne Turner.
Yeah.
Serial killer.
That came from me watching TV too. I'd seen something with his girlfriend on the ID channel, watching it, and I was like, and I watched the whole thing, and then at the end it told why it happened, because she didn't even know the whole time she was with him. I can't remember her freaking name. Not good for me.
Which one? Oh yeah,
Chester's girlfriend.
Yeah, I can't remember her name right off the top of my head.
Felicia.
Yeah,
and she didn't know. She was the whole show was from her point of view. It was telling her, and he would go and come back, and the stuff was happening to him. And then at the end, he had moved on, and she had moved on. And then one day, her dad or her mom had called her and said, "You see the paper?" And found out then that he was a serial killer. So I was like, "Whoa!" So then I looked him up and started reading that, and that's when I said, "We got to put this on the list."
Yep. And just recently we covered the Bloody Benders.
Yeah.
That was a crazy
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found that. I was just scrolling through YouTube one day, and it came across a channel of a guy, I don't even know his name, but the name of his channel is Faces of the Forgotten, and he was covering the Bloody Benders. And I was like, man, that is an interesting story. I'd love to research that a little bit more and do that.
It's kind of like the Chainsaw Massacre family,
yeah.
Without the chainsaw. Of course, it was in the 1800s, but I mean, smash you in the head with a hammer, cut your throat, and shoot you through that trap door in the floor is pretty damn creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's original killers right there. They thought that through.
Yeah. And then our latest episode, we did an interview with Murder on My Street podcast, Jenny.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Jenny for being on the show. Our co-host Dee Dee had failed
Yeah, she was supposed to join us too. She had fell down some steps.
Yeah, got hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I think she hurt her ankle or something. But anyway, she was resting and on some pain meds, so she decided to kick back. But like me, when you was doing Todd Matthews, she insisted that Jeannie go ahead and do it. And man, that was a great episode. And people around here really enjoyed it. They enjoyed her perspective being across the country while we're here, and we hear about it all the time and see it all the time. It's not a big deal, but it's definitely was cool to hear her perspective on it being that far away.
Well, Dale, all the episodes we've done, what has been the one that stuck out to you the most, or the favorite one you did? That
I thought I could name them until we started going through them, and I'm like, ooh, I like that one, bro. Probably the Solder Children really stands out to me.
Yeah,
but it was one of the early ones we did, but that one was one that was like, I guess just because the kids, and they never found out what happened.
Yeah, they don't know if they made it in.
They don't think they burned up because they never found evidence that they did.
Well, they found a daggone box with hog livers or cow livers or something in it,
buried in the garden out there.
Yeah,
So it's crazy. Woodfield stands out. Of course, Brody and Dino Bravo.
Yeah, we didn't mention Dino Bravo, but yeah,
because this just goes, because I'm a wrestling fanatic, and those are two that I kind of pulled on. But and Russell and Shirley, that one.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of them that I'm a big fan of, or that are my favorites, I guess.
Yeah.
What's something you enjoy?
I don't know. I guess the Todd Colehep, because I remember when that was going down with Kayla Bailey, had her locked in that storage unit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
I remember watching all that unfold on the news.
Yeah. I think that one really stands out as one of my favorites because I was invested in it from the get-go.
Right.
Yeah.
And well, them dating game guy was pretty wild. We didn't say nothing about him.
Yeah, we didn't say nothing about Rodney Alcala.
And and he was pretty damn creepy too. But I don't know, him and Ramirez, and a lot of the big name ones are cool. But I enjoy just digging into stuff, especially local stuff that I didn't know anything about, and then start research them out, like the Below murders. I'd never heard of that, and that one.
Well, and the Sundrop murders too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think Sundrop murder stands out pretty good because that's just right down the road there in Concord.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and do want to give a big shout out to Chris Knipe that gave us the interview.
Yeah, now that you mention it, that was pretty damn good, and that's really one of my favorite ones too. Even though he was really nervous about coming on and do it, he really wanted to do it, but he was like me on episode 15. He just didn't know, and man, he just come through and it was just like a champ and killed it.
Yeah, and he's done other podcasts since us.
Yeah, and we wish we could find his dad. I mean, somebody local here knows something. Just nobody's talking.
Yeah, so we hope Sandy Todd Knipe can be found and some answers given to the Knipe family.
Because, I think somebody ripped him off and done something.
Yeah. But yeah, we've tried to cover some of these episodes we've covered and talk about it a little bit. So, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Well, shit, let me see. How long have we been going?
53 minutes.
That's good. Let's just start thanking some people, blah, blah, and that kind of shit.
Okay.
And then I'll run down this list of people that on guests just so we don't miss nobody.
Yeah. But yeah, like we said at the beginning, we want to thank everybody that listens and comes on and supports our podcast and downloads us. And we can't thank you enough, guys.
Right. We can't thank everybody because we don't know everybody's name, but we are thanking everybody.
Yes.
But if you've ever listened, if you've ever told anybody about us, if you've ever 5-starred us, if you ever commented or sent us a message or bought a shirt or anything, in either great or small, we appreciate you just the same.
Really, if you just tell somebody about us and click that 5-star, that's all you need to do.
Yeah, if you go listen to these idiots, this is pretty good.
Yeah, them old country boys from North Carolina.
Yeah, a couple hicks here. This is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a list of guests I wanted to go through, some people we've had on our show, like Kevin Cady, man. He come in and knocked it out of the park. He had been in his son's hockey game, right? And was calling him on his way home, and because he promised he would, and he just called and did that phone call while driving home.
Kathy Marie Moulton.
Yeah.
Disappeared.
Yeah, and we thought we was going to get a big update on that, and he thought he had some breaking news, but then nothing ever came out of it.
I do get emails from him from time to time, and asking if we've got anything, and it's been so long. And I think the last thing he told me was they was searching a housing development that was being constructed, and they had the workers out there looking, while they were constructing, looking for any remains.
I think where they thought maybe it was in that basement or something. They were going to grade that or something.
Yeah.
And we got of course, Chris Knipe and Melissa Brockman we mentioned, and Jeannie from our Murder on My Street. Check out their podcast too. It's pretty cool. Todd Matthews, of course, Kathy, Dave Scott Gant, Justin Hueyman's family, and of course Ben Richards. So I don't think we left anybody out that's actually come on the show for us. And we saved our shout outs and stuff like that for next week and stuff. But we just wanted to shout out to all you guys, man.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
Yeah. It's overwhelming.
It is. It's hard to say anything because it's like, wow, it's kind of funny because we're here and I wear a shirt probably 90% of the time, one of our shirts, and people ask me about it, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good, blah blah blah. And then when they find out it's mine, they're like, oh, and I'm like, no, really, we're serious. I was like, we got a lot of fans. I'm like, yeah, okay, but they don't. It's kind of.
So we do a podcast. No, you don't. Yeah, we do.
So yeah, we've been, like Donnie said, we've been downloaded in every state and in 40 countries around the world, and pretty decent following, and almost 80,000 views on YouTube almost, and they're like, really? And then they kind of go, okay, wait a minute, maybe this is something. So it's pretty cool, man, and you guys make us look good.
Yeah, we appreciate the fans.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's what we try to please, and
it's more like our family, you guys, the Crack House family.
I mean, and you turn on your whatever device you listen to, and you invest your time in it, we want to give you a quality product.
Right.
Just like if you go to the store and buy a loaf of bread, you want a quality loaf of bread, or you invest in our podcast, we try to give you.
Yeah, they were the best loaf of bread podcast.
Exactly. With a slice of bologna on it.
Well, we just come on here and be real, man. It's like, when we first started, I was like, I don't really know how to do this. And then I was kind of really nervous. And then finally we come in one day, it's like, let's just go. And that's what we've kind of stuck with that. Just turn it on and go and be ourselves. And that's just what we do.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, seems like everybody likes that. So we never come on and try to be anybody we're not, and word about, of course, it's like, well, I'm a hick and everybody's going to pick up on that. But, oh, well, it is what it is,
Yeah, that's right.
You like it or you don't, and a lot of you guys do.
Yep.
And it still blows my mind.
It's crazy. All right, Dale.
All right, brother.
I want to thank all the fans. That's what we do it for.
That's right.
All right, bud. That's our 100th episode. Hope everybody liked this long intro.
Yeah, that was really cool. We just that's what we decided. Well, we were going to do it. I was like, how are we going to do it? I was like, well, we're just going to sit down and turn it on and go.
Oh, one other person I want to mention is Sandy Carlton.
Yes.
Big Sound, Small Town Podcast.
Yeah. Big man.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. And I'd like to shout out to my wife, Kim, for letting us get over here and do this, and your wife for not worried about nothing. Just they give us the time to go do it and get it done, and then go back home, and then you're just nobody Jones at home.
Yeah. Yeah, we both got Kims.
Yeah.
We're going to get out here till we do our 101 episode.
Yeah, which will be next week.
Yep.
And can't wait for that one.
Yep. We got some good stuff coming down the pipe. So
yeah, we do.
All right, bud. We're going to get out of here.
Let's roll.
We want everyone to be safe, be careful, and always be aware of your surroundings.
Because the next episode could be about you.
This is
the Crack House Chronicles.